Here we go and welcome to the Idea of Technology. My name is Michael and today is the second part of the $100 ultimate gaming PC we're trying to build. With the first video of this mini-series a couple of days ago, I was trying to make the complete planning. Today it's all about the building, and the last video of this mini-series is about all the running and all the benchmarks and trying to figure out which games are running pretty good on a $100 budget gaming PC. If you haven't watched the first video of this mini-series, just go there over my head on the info card so you can just watch it right away. And if you already have, perfectly fine, so we can just start with the building right away after the intro. This will be pretty funny today. So what we're dealing with, I already talked in the first part about all the specs, but I will just do it again and to summarize what we're going today. And I also have a little surprise for you for the third video, so we make even a better upgrade in the third video of this mini-series. But let's just get started with putting all the parts together. So first we need to change the power supply because this power supply isn't working anymore. So we just switch from 350 watts to 650 watts. But the most important part is the 6-pin PCI Express connector for the graphics card, additional case fan, a 1 terabyte hard drive, and a boot drive of 120 gigabytes from Kingston the A400. And probably the heart of the complete build is the Gigabyte GTX 660 overclocked edition WindForce. Just two more things you probably need to keep in mind when it comes to building your own PC. You will need two more things, and the one thing is you will need Windows 10. It doesn't matter if you're just downloading it from Microsoft and buying it there, or you have something like Windows 10 ISO or making your own image build here. I got it here on a USB stick and just make it a boot drive, so we can just install Windows 10 with the latest version here from this USB stick. And the second part, also really important, you will need your complete beautiful set of screwdrivers. So just keep in mind, have all the screwdrivers in place. You will need to put all the things together in your case. And that's it. We now just probably start with the build. Another funny part I just want to mention there. This is probably my first build in a really long time, so probably it's a really good idea to start with a $100 build and not with my workstation build I want to do in the year 2019, which will probably cost a few $1,000s. So I will just try and practice with this $100 build. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I need to show you. I really need to show you something that's just a little bit weird. If you take a look here where the PCI Express slot is, I need to get with just this one slot, and we just need to put out the second one here. It's just already banded. That's not that bad. Maybe I will cut myself now. like this. Now come on. Not on the motherboard. No. Probably. Okay, this way. So we need these two slots in order to fit all the connectors in there. But the strange part is, did you see this here? It's completely bent. In order to get the I/O shield of the graphics card right, we need to bend this back. So we'll need to bend this back or just cut it off. I will need to figure this out. Maybe, yeah, bending would be probably the best idea. I really need to show you the worst mounting solution for a graphics card I've ever seen, and it's just so bad. I can't describe it in words, but hopefully it's working. But it looks ridiculous. Just look at it. That's this side, and that's the I/O shield. The ports are rarely available here, especially the display port we are looking at. And yeah, we got some free shield here for ventilation, face it that way. And on the other side, things are getting worse. The PCB is connected with this. The PCB here is just connected with the metal here, and it's completely bent, and you just screw it in like this, that the force is coming from this side, and it's just ridiculous. But now the graphic card is in there and looks pretty nice. I will need to make now the fan installation. So I probably need to take this firewire card out to get to the connector here, just connect the power and everything else, and then we will see if this is working. So this 6-pin connector here can just pull over up to 150 watts just through your graphics card, and so you'll need to keep in mind that the whole system is running pretty good. But the Intel Pentium 4 processor with a 3 gigahertz here, also just pulling out 85 watts, so the power supply is just totally overpowered. And now I will just put in the SSD and the hard drive. So the build is ready, probably. I also installed the SSD and the hard drive, so we now should just have everything in place. I haven't touched the CPU yet or the heatsink, and I also haven't touched the RAM yet, but now we should just have everything in place. If you take a look, it's not the prettiest solution, but it's a solution. We got a double stack SSD and the hard drive, boot drive, and the Steam library. The good part is we have two SATA connectors. We have the graphics card in place. Yeah, the wiring is not that bad, but it's not pretty at all. Nevertheless, yeah, I haven't touched the CPU or the RAM yet. The cable management or the cables at all from the power supply are just pretty on point, so I'm totally happy with the power supply when it comes to cable length and all the necessary connectors. So now we have the chance to power it up, shall we? So that's just the moment of truth, if I've screwed up or not, but we'll find out now. Oh no, shit. The graphics card and the case is probably not a good choice together. Okay, I will need to find a way to get these two things together somehow. So I got it running now. I pushed it just really hard into the case. I don't think whether the case or the graphics card like this, because there's a huge pressure on the DisplayPort outlet, but we will just go for this way now. And now I will need to find a mouse and a keyboard, and then we can power it up and we'll see if it's running. But at this moment I will just start with the SSD, and so I unplug the hard drive, so I'm totally sure that it's just running on the SSD. Moment of truth. Now we'll see if this is working. Hopefully. And I also hope that I will not burn down the house at all with this cheapo power supply. Time for some troubleshooting, because I have no screen at all. It doesn't look like that it's booting at all, so some troubleshooting, and I will skip this whole section, so probably you will just see when I'm totally happy and everything's done, but at the moment I'm just trying to figure out what's going wrong there.